know that there are certain procedures that have to be followed, and that what we're dealing with here is an entrenched bureaucracy. But it has been 1 month since the Daytona bit the dust. Now, I'm trying to maintain a departmentally approved cover here, and if I keep showing up for six-figure drug deals looking like Little Abner, it ain't gonna cut it.
I'm back.
What? Horsepower, 180 miles an hour. New paint, new rubber.
Absolutely essential for any type of serious police work, huh?
Got that right. Work.
Sonny?
Tubbs,
Ringo, it's me.
you all right?
Yeah. Little American spat. Nothing serious. Any calls come in?
There one. 45-year-old school teacher from Topeka, Kansas, who was visiting a mother.
Sounds like an interest Benny Ringo damage here.
Yeah. Hold a second. What? I got another one. 78th Avenue Southwest, 127th Street.
I heard. I'm on my way.
Alright, here is the final installment of the actual build of the monogram Ferrari Testarossa. The car is pretty much done, and I'm just going to go over a few of the features the same as I did with the Tamiya that set this car apart. It's actually a pretty respectable looking model. I think the monogram did a really good job with it, and kind of stepped up their game on this one. This is the American version of the Testarossa, so it does differ from the Tamiya in a few aspects, such as the side marker lights, front and rear, the front marker lights, which even though I painted them the same on the Tamiya, just to bring a little closer look of the cars. This is the American style lights. In the rear, we have the black bumper pads, which were added for the American version for our crash standards. A third brake light. I don't know if you can quite make it out. It's in there. And if we take a look underneath the car, that is the American spec exhaust with catalytic converters. Very different from the European spec. Now, as you can see in the undercarriage, it does have a great amount of detail. Actually does look very good. Now, just as I did with the Tamiya, I added a few extra details to it. Such as the, I don't know if you can see them there, there are seat belts in the car. Never saw Sonny use them, but I know they were there. Let's see if we can look at the phone. Let's see if we can put a little light on the subject. Okay, here, if you look in here, you can see that there is a phone there that I added from a Pontiac Fiero kit. It's a fully carpeted interior. There's that famous Ferrari yellow horn button. And the one thing that sets Sonny's car apart, that single mirror on the driver's side, known as the monoscopio testarossa. Alright, now let's take a look at the engine. Okay, this is the engine of the monogram testarossa. I've added a few extra details, such as the fuel lines coming off of the fuel filters, braided hose, as from some of the research photos I saw, there was a braided hose which runs into the intake. And if I remove the air cleaner, which I did leave as a removable part so that you can see a little more into the detailed areas of the engine, you can see I added harnesses here. Let me see if I can focus that a little bit better. You can see that wiring harness is there. Wiring harness coming off of what I'm assuming is a pressure sensor of some sort on the intake manifold. For the left and the right. Fully, I don't know if we can make it out there. The engine is fully wired. All 12 cylinders. I'm going to put a little light in there so you can see it a little better. There you go. You can see all the spark plug boots coming off the engine for all 12 cylinders, fully wired. And here you can see the harnesses a little better. Engine compartment is fully detailed, or as full as I was going to make it. there. Now, while it makes a presentable model, it's not an easy one to build. This is definitely not a beginner kit. As there are many small pieces. The fit of some of these pieces is a little tricky. But if you put in the extra effort, it pays off. Such as the side marker lights, which I use bare metal foil and press it right into the body, and then paint it over it with Tamiya clear red and clear orange, which gives you a nice reflective quality to it when the light hits it. As you can see there, bright orange in the light. Just a little trick I came up with. Also use bare metal foil for the Pininfarina badge on the side of the car. Added a custom license plate. Ran out of the license plates of the actual car in the show, so went with the next best thing. Here you can see the tail lights fully detailed. The exhaust tips there, done up with chrome molly pen. Here you can see the third brake light. All of it on a backing of bare metal foil. All in all, it's a really good looking kit. Even though it is lacking in some details, such as if you look deep inside the wheels, there are no brake calipers, because it had no actual brake discs. One of the things that bothered me a bit about this kit. And I also had to modify the position of the wheels because they didn't sit exactly straight. Now they do, and the car has the proper stance that it should. As you can see there. The wipers are interesting in and of themselves, as they are some of the most detailed wipers I've seen on a model kit in a very long time. Even down to the hoses for the washers being molded into them. Interesting, the details that Monogram chose to concentrate on. Similar to the interior, the center stack of the interior was fully detailed. Engraved with all the instruments that the car needs, which was really good deal on Monogram's part. Center console also well detailed. And there you can see, get a little better look at the phone. So the interior was nicely done. for the most part. The door cards I wasn't really happy with, as I don't think they are molded to the right size or shape. But overall, it's a very attractive model when it's finished. And like I said, you just put in a little bit of extra effort, relocating the wheels, a little extra detailing on the interior and on the engine. And I gotta say, it builds up really nice. Had a lot of trouble with painting this one, but the end result, I think, was worth all the effort. Alright, the next and last video will be a head-to-head comparison of both the Tamiya and the monogram. See you there.